Welcome to Eternal Playback, a program dedicated to taking you behind the scenes of Australia's premier mixed martial arts organisation, Eternal MMA. My name's Daniel Maudsley and I'm joined with my co-host, UFC veteran Kyle Noak. And Kyle, we have just wrapped up what has been a fantastic night of fights here for Eternal 63 at the beautiful Gold Coast.
It was a great night of fights, top to bottom. Everyone turned up tonight, everyone performed well. It was an exciting show.
And the main card absolutely stacked from top to bottom. We're going to kick things off here in the first bout on the main card. In the middleweight division, we see Bricktop Jack James make his second outing as a professional as he takes on the man returning from a 2-year layoff in Darcy Vendy.
My thoughts on the fight, Darcy Vendy did a phenomenal job, like absolutely perfect in his return to the cage. You wouldn't think that he's been out for 2 years. The way he performed tonight, he was sharp on the feet, sharp with his clinch control against the cage. Everything was working for him tonight. Power shots.
Everything did work for the usurper tonight as he poured the pressure on Bricktop Jack James, just struggling to find a bit of momentum in his own favour, Kyle.
Yeah, you know, Jack James is a phenomenal fighter in his own right, but just Darcy's just a whole new level tonight. I love the way that Darcy, when he disengaged from the clinch, he was throwing elbows, he was throwing strikes, he was making him pay. He wasn't just disengaging and re-engaging again, he was taking advantage of every single situation.
Taking advantage of every situation, and the situation, I'm pretty sure, as we wait for our judge's decision, no doubt Darcy Vendy will be happy with the situation he's put himself in here tonight. Full credit to both men putting on a performance to bring on our main card here at the Gold Coast Sports Precinct in Carrara. And to make it official, here is Daniel Maudsley.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision. In the red corner, the usurper, Darcy Vendy. What a victory over the very tough Bricktop Jack James.
He did have a tough opponent, but Darcy Vendy made it look easy tonight. He came in, he was crisp with his strikes, and he looked good all around.
Yeah, very excited to see what's next for Darcy and just hoping that he doesn't make us wait another 2 years for the next episode. Next up, we have one of the lightweight division's most exciting prospects in Tom Big Train Nolan, locking horns with one of the division's most exciting striking threats, Trevor Roadkill Sinclair.
Big Train Tom Nolan returns to Eternal MMA here at Eternal 63, and he brings with him an undefeated professional mixed martial arts record, 1-0. In his early career, fighting out of Possum Fighting Systems in Toowoomba, Australia. The young 21-year-old returns to the Eternal cage. Kyle Noak, this young up-and-comer, brings some serious skills with him.
Yeah, he does, you know. He's got a great corner as well. He's got Zach Talbot in his corner, he's a great fighter and a great underrated black belt in jiu-jitsu as well as Elijah Kennedy. But Big Train Tom Nolan's also had, he's 6-1 as an amateur with 2 KOs and 1 sub, so he can take the fight anywhere and he can win it anywhere, you know, so this is going to be an exciting matchup.
A very, very exciting matchup for fight fans alike. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Train Tom Nolan has arrived here at Eternal 63, and as we said, he brings with him that undefeated record, a win over Sam Flint back in December, almost 1 year ago. The last time we saw Tom Nolan was his victory over Mitch Bayless back in March of 2019 at Eternal MMA 42. A spinning back kick victory. Impressive to say the least. Big Train Tom Nolan is here at Eternal 63. Can he get the job done tonight against a very, very worthy opponent?
And introducing his opponent out of the red corner, Trevor Roadkill Sinclair.
Well, the man they call Roadkill, Trevor Sinclair. Once again, another Eternal Loyal returns to the Eternal Cage here at the Gold Coast Sports Precinct, representing integrated MMA under the watchful eye of Coach Adrian Pang, a household name in Australian mixed martial arts. Cole Noke, you can't go wrong under head coach Adrian Pang. What's a pathway, or several? Can you give us a pathway to victory for Trevor Sinclair as he takes on probably his toughest challenge in his early professional mixed martial arts career in Tom Nolan?
I can. Trevor Sinclair, he's got a lot of power in his hands. He's a great striker. He throws with heavy intent. So, like you said, having guys like Adrian Pang in his corner, Adrian's been around the game forever. I remember Adrian and I used to train back and integrated together. We started the gym together back there. He's got a great coach in his corner, but I've seen Trevor fight. Trevor fought against one of my guys early back in his very, very first fight. And I just remember that fight. He threw heavy shots, and he's got a lot of power in his hands. So look for Trevor to try to keep this fight standing and land some of them big shots.
Well, he's giving away a fair bit of height and reach. Do you think it would be in Trevor's best interest to get in close, land those big shots as we take a look at the tail of the tape? 13 years the difference. Trevor Sinclair, 13 years elder than the 21-year-old in Tom Nolan. And like I said, Kyle, a massive height and reach advantage. Trevor Sinclair, he's got to get in close.
He does, He said he's been training with a lot of the taller guys at Integrated these days. So, hopefully that means the taller and the heavier guys. He's probably been put through the ringer for this fight camp. So I think he's prepared, and I think he's got, like you said, he's got the best corner to do it with. So,
well, ladies and gentlemen, Tom Nolan versus Trevor Sinclair. For our official introductions to set the table once again, we go to Daniel Maudsley.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second fight on our main card this evening will be contested in the lightweight division over 3 5-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 69.4 kilos and trains at Opossum Fighting Systems, holding an undefeated professional record of 1 win for 0 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tom Big Train Nolan. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 70.7 kilos and trains out of Integrated MMA, holding an undefeated amateur record of 5 wins and 0 defeats. Tonight, he makes his second appearance as a professional. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Trevor Roadkill Sinclair. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Thomas Churchill.
Eternal 63. 3 5-minute rounds in the Eternal lightweight division. Thomas Churchill gives us the green light. Tina and Nathan cage side with Cole Noke. Tom Nolan versus Trevor Sinclair.
Oh, beautiful shot there by Tom Nolan.
You heard that ring around the walls of the arena here at the Gold Coast Sports Precinct. My goodness, what a body kick landed for Tom Nolan. Trevor Sinclair doesn't even look like he's flinched at all, Kyle.
No, I don't think he was too phased by it. It looks like Trevor's trying to close that distance now and control the grappling. Maybe Trevor wants to take it to the ground. Maybe he's better, feels like he's more adept in the ground than he is standing.
Well, let's wait and see. They've got 5 minutes to work here in round number 1. And as you said, under Adrian Pang, his coach, your former training partner, you and Adrian yourselves, building the foundation at that great gym. Can Trevor Sinclair build and execute here tonight against a very, very young and exciting opponent in Tom Nolan as he lands a nice elbow there, looking for a single leg?
Yeah, it's, Trevor Sinclair is a great fighter, but Tom Nolan's one of these up-and-coming kids. Like, he's only 21 years old. Like we were saying earlier, these kids are the wealth of experience right now, even at a young age. He looks to wrap up a choke right now.
Tom Nolan, wow.
He almost has a ninja choke on there.
Trevor seems to be okay at this stage as he eats a knee. You don't want to be eating too many of those on the inside. That looks tight there from Tom.
Yeah, I don't think he's got it quite tight enough. He needs to get Trevor's arm in front of his hips. Hard to get in the back. You see Trevor pop out right now.
Well, good job by Trevor Sinclair as he looks to press the action here.
And there's Trevor, that good head position against the cage again.
Trevor looking to land knees of his own.
I haven't seen Trevor try to land too many big shots right now. Trevor straight back to the feet.
Oh, look at that beautiful technique from Sinclair.
Big train's got him wrapped up around the hips, so it's a bad position. You got double underhooks. Big knee from Trevor right there. Good body shots.
Working the body.
Money
Here's
in the
Tom
bank.
Nolan.
Oh, oof. There we go. Trevor needs to relax now. Have faith in his hands and let him go.
Straight right lands for Sinclair.
Tom Nolan doing a good job at staying long. Beautiful kick.
Beautiful
Punch combination.
Look at the stand-up of Nolan. Oh, both of them.
Trevor pounces on him. Tom Nolan made a small mistake and Trevor pounced on him, but Tom Nolan able to get back to his feet and get back in the game.
This is where Trevor wants to be, pressuring Tom up against the cage if he can do so. It's a big frame, a tall frame.
It is, and Trevor's doing a good job with those knees in close. Every time they clinch, Trevor's landing the majority of the knees in there. Oh, there's the elbow.
He's eaten
Tom
a couple
Nolan
of shots on the inside.
low.
Trevor's in trouble.
Trevor's going to
He is in big trouble.
Nolan
Tom
with the
Nolan
knees.
teeing off on Trevor Sinclair. Coming back with a left hook of his own. He's still in this fight.
Trevor clinches up there.
Trevor Sinclair.
Almost saw the finish there.
Toughness like no other. Maybe Jack James, he's tough too, but look at Trevor Sinclair.
Trevor doesn't look like he's shaking it off just yet. There's a huge cut
Heart of a
open up
warrior.
above Trevor Sinclair's
Oh
eye.
my goodness.
Tom Nolan needs to pull that trigger now and go. Don't let Trevor get comfortable again. There's a little rug's got a massive cut above that left eye, T.
There is indeed. Well, just over a minute left to work here. Straight right, followed by a knee from Sinclair. There were some big shots from Tom Nolan. He had Trevor in big trouble.
Yeah, and Trevor seems to have cleared the cobwebs now and he's back on the attack again. Looking for a Kimura here. He's got it wrapped up pretty tight. Nice knee. Oh, beautiful spinning elbow. He's hit him again right on the chin. Tom Nolan senses the blood here. He senses the kill.
Well, he's starting to loosen up so early in round number one. And in this fight.
He has to be careful there not to eat too many knees in the excitement of trying to land that big shot.
Man, but look at Trevor. He does such a good job, especially against the taller guy, Kai.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of bringing Tom down to his level and being able to throw those knees to the head. Again, Trevor controlling against the cage, got the beautiful head position there. Tom Nolan with those elbows and knees in close.
Tom Nolan landing at will here as we count down the final 10 seconds here in this professional lightweight bout. Wow, my goodness.
What a start.
What a start to this fight. And you can see Trevor's corner just telling him to breathe, gather his thoughts. Kyle Noak, your thoughts?
Tom Nolan did a phenomenal job in that first round. He stayed at range, he picked his shots, he exploded in when he had to. Little smile on his face as he's walking back to the cage there. He seems like he's having a good time out there. And he should too. He should feel comfortable. He should feel relaxed. He's doing a great job. Nice takedown there by Tom Nolan.
There was the move. They both had ideas of their own. Not too sure who's went to plan, but I can tell you whose game plan's starting to look pretty good at this stage. It's Tom Nolan teeing off on Trevor Sinclair here.
And it all started again from those elbows inside the clinch. I love seeing them. I want to see more fighters doing these days.
Well, let's find out if either Trevor Sinclair or Tom Nolan can make use of all their tools here in round number 2.
Round 2.
Eternal 63 UFC Fight Pass doesn't get much better here on the Gold Coast.
Tom Nolan again controlling that distance. Spinning kick there. Oh, beautiful right hand, left hand, sorry.
And he's trading in the
Superman
pocket
punch.
here.
Little slip there.
He goes
Trevor.
down for good measure, but Trevor, can he apply pressure here, Kyle?
Yeah, he's looking to take advantage of that little small mistake that Tom Nolan made. It was a
watch
bad
the
idea
upkicks.
for Trevor to let him stand up. Trevor should have stayed on top of him and tried to take advantage of that. Tom Nolan's got a deep double there now. If he can just get his hips in nice and close to the cage, be able to lift Trevor up and slam him.
Well, let's see if he follows suit on cue. Tom Nolan, he's got so many tools in his arsenal, and he seems to be using them all here tonight, Kyle.
And only 21 years old as well.
At 21 years of age. Surely you were this good at 21 as well. I mean, you know, I'm just going to slide that in there. But
I didn't even start till I was 22. These guys would beat me up any day.
Oh, tell you what, they're privileged to have your cage side. Nonetheless, Trevor Sinclair, can he create something from here? Is he attacking the neck there, Kyle?
He is, you know, he was nullifying the takedown and he was stopping him from getting his hips in nice and close and taking him down by using that underhook. He's brought him back up to his head height level now, so it's going to be harder for Tom to take him down from here. But Tom, I'd still like to see him disengage again, throw an elbow on the exit, go back to striking. He had a lot of success there in the first round. I think he needs to go back to that in the second round. He doesn't want to give Trevor a chance now. They're getting close like this. Trevor can take it to the ground and take advantage of him.
And they seem to be happy just trading here. Trevor to the head and Tom to the body of Sinclair. And that spinning back elbow that landed flush. But again, Trevor, center cage, continues to pressure.
Beautiful Superman punch there. Tom Nolan doing a good job there. He looks for this body lock takedown. This actually helps Trevor being in this position right now. He's losing the striking stance. He doesn't want to be in here.
And these are good shots from Trevor. Those short elbows, they caught the attention of Tom Nolan as he says no. I'm sure Trevor says yes.
See Trevor's arms might be getting a little gas to see him shake him out there.
Fingers, guys.
He's doing a lot of holding on, a lot of grappling, can tire them arms out and really make him fatigued, which takes away his power as well.
Oh, most definitely.
Fingers, guys.
Good head position here from Trevor. He's got a good control against the cage right now. Nice little knees in the clinch.
Well, it seems to be a better round for Trevor Sinclair
Yeah,
here in round number 2.
it's definitely benefiting Trevor to be in this clinch position. I don't know why Tom Nolan keeps going back to it. He's obviously winning the striking from a distance. He should go back to that.
Well, there may be a method to the madness. Who knows what could be in store as Trevor Sinclair landing elbows.
And dangerous elbows too.
Oh, most definitely. You can finish fights from there as we've seen in the past, Kyle.
Yeah. Oh, he's eating a big knee.
And that's
Trevor's
a great
pouring
knee.
it back on now.
Trevor Sinclair fighting his way back in round number 2.
Double underhooks there, nice body lock. Beautiful knee from Trevor, but Tom Nolan able to grab it and lift it up and elevate his leg.
Well, very impressed how smooth he can sneak them up, especially like I said, that's a tall frame and big train. Tell you what, 6'4", you can get your knees up that high.
Yes, no.
You're not doing too bad, are you, Kyle?
Absolutely not. I think he has trained with all the tall guys in his gym for sure to be able to get that off, pull that move off.
Most definitely. And I think you make mention of the grappling from
There's those knees
Tom
again.
Nolan. Exactly. He just seems to be eating more and more knees as he engages in the grappling.
I don't know why he's engaged in the grappling. He should be standing back and trying to land them shots. He's had him rocked in the first round. You know, he's doing well there.
Well, he's teeing up for that spinning elbow. His corner giving Trevor fair warning. As he goes to the body, does Big Train.
10 seconds left in this round. Maybe closer round on the scorecards too, I reckon.
Well, it's a good round for both men. Did Trevor Sinclair do enough to win the round, or is that more of a moral victory for him, Cole? What's your thoughts?
I think it's more of a moral victory for him. Like I said, I'd hate to be a judge in any of these fights, but Tom Nolan, he's doing everything to win the fight, but just shouldn't be trying to clinch up with him. You know, he's doing so well at range.
Well, as our Jitsi replay shows, Tom Nolan getting the better of Trevor Sinclair in some of the exchanges. Nonetheless, Sinclair had his moments of brilliance, as you mentioned, Kyle. Those knees that seem to be landing flush for Trevor Sinclair. Let's wait and see what round number 3 has in store.
You can see Trevor Sinclair's corner really rubbing his arms, trying to get all that lactic acid out of his arms as well. So maybe getting a big pump in his arms is making him hard to let go of them punches.
And one thing that's very impressive about Tom Nolan is he fights with such confidence, Kyle, at such a young age. You know, these guys, they're getting younger and younger, and they're getting better and better.
Oh, absolutely. Very impressed by his performance tonight. And here he looks better. He's back at range again. He's picking his shots, keeping the distance.
Well, either Tom's heard you or his corner's heard you. He seems to be following suit here as that inside leg kick followed by a knee. Left hook just misses.
Beautiful. He's mixing up a lot better now with his strikes, going high, low, and the takedowns as well. So push over into our corner team. We've got the best seat for the spinning elbow.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, a little slip there. Was able to take advantage of it and shoot for a double leg there.
And here he goes. He's just wrapped Trevor Sinclair up, and he's got him up against the cage here. Trevor doing well, defending just slightly here.
Tom Nolan looking to take him down again. Got that single leg. Switches to a double. And get those hips in nice and close now, be able to lift him up. And Trevor Sinclair does a good job with that underhook.
Great defense by Sinclair. Not giving Nolan any space to impose his will.
Yeah, we've seen it a few times now where Tom Nolan's come down for that double leg, and Trevor's been able to get that underhook, dig it hard, and pull him up into his level.
Well, let's wait and see. Both guys just at a bit of a stalemate here as Sinclair gets a nice reverse. Can he work from here?
Nice elbow.
Knee from the inside as Nolan now reverses, looking for work.
Both guys taking turns of being in control right now.
It's almost a beautiful dance we have going on here at Eternal 63.
Oh, here we go, Tom Nolan.
As we get back to the action, Tom Nolan creates distance. Trevor Sinclair walking him up against the cage, oh so casually.
Yeah, I think we need to see a little bit more urgency from Trevor Sinclair. You know, he's down in the judges' scorecards, I believe. He needs to go for the finish. He's not going to get it tying him up and trying to wear him out, so he needs to really go for it now.
Well, it's been an absolute dogfight so far here as we approach halfway of round number 3. And man, these guys are working hard because from where we're sitting, it looks taxing. I'm sure from where they are, it must be a grueling process, the constant grappling.
Oh, it is. You know, you're not only carrying your weight when you fatigue, but you're carrying somebody else's weight as well. So, you know, and somebody your own size. So you're carrying double your weight, which gets exhausting.
Full credit to both these gentlemen coming in fantastic shape.
Oh, spinning elbow there from Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor trying a few tricks of his own, and a spinning wheel kick has been a preferred fight finisher for Tom Nolan, has the spinning heel kick. Nonetheless, I don't think you're going to have much success against a guy as tough as Trevor Sinclair, especially this late in the fight.
No, Trevor, you never count him out. He's coming back now. He's trying to throw heavy strikes right now. Tom Nolan doing an awesome job of staying out of range, using those fakes and feints to keep Trevor guessing.
And Trevor's telling him, come on, give me more.
Trevor needs to pour it on at this point as well. You can see Tom Nolan starting a little tired. If Trevor can pour it on now, look for that big shot.
Oh yes, absolutely. Anytime Nolan wants to separate, Trevor has something to say about that as he goes inside, Kyle.
Yeah. Cuts in, doesn't bother Trevor too much at all either, as he ate a big right hook there.
Wow.
Oh, gives up the back.
Trevor Sinclair straight to the back, courtesy of Tom Nolan, a gift almost.
I think Trevor's just a little bit too fatigued to take advantage of that position right there.
And you talk about the striking of Tom Nolan. What about the chin of Trevor Sinclair?
Oh.
45 seconds left. These guys are still well and truly going at it.
You know Trevor's going to be in it till the end. He's never going to quit. Beautiful work there by Trevor. Those elbows. Tom can't take those elbows. Can't take too many of those. Trevor's just doing an awesome job there.
We'd have to think Go ahead, Kyle.
Deep on a double leg right now.
And a
Finally
takedown
gets
for
him to the
Tom
ground.
Nolan. You'd have to think, but Trevor straight back to his feet. 15 seconds left.
Tom Nolan's got a guillotine wrapped up. I don't think he's going to have enough time to finish it as he's pulled guard.
Well, he's got to go
He's
for
got
it.
it tight. I think Trevor's safe, but it looks tight. He's out. Trevor's out.
Well, he took the risk, and rightly so. End of round number 3, ladies and gentlemen, a fantastic fight. And again, both men loving every minute inside that cage, and the respect is fantastic to see, as always.
It is, you know. I'm pretty sure that Tom Nolan's got it in the bag, but you never know what the judges have, how they've seen the fight. But you know, I think it's an easy win for Tom. Trevor showed a lot of heart. There's no quitting him. The guy he was always there. He's always ready to fight. Tom Nolan just a better guy tonight.
Well, you can see some of the exchanges courtesy of our Jitsi replay here. As we take a look at some of our highlights, Tom Nolan, you'd have to think, getting the better of the exchanges. Trevor Sinclair had his moments as well, looked very good coming into round 2 and round number 3. Nonetheless, we do await an official decision from our judges, and as we've said so many times, Kyle, the judges are always right. Let's wait and see what they've got to say. Eternal 63 just getting started here, ladies and gentlemen, on our main card on UFC Fight Pass. And the excitement continues to build as we progress.
Taking a while to get the scorecards. Maybe there is something happening right now.
Well, you said it yourself, if there's a bit of a delay when it comes to the scorecards, there is a bit of controversy. You never know. The beauty and brutality of this sport, we've seen it on display here in this fight between Trevor Sinclair and Tom Nolan, and it looks like we have a decision. A decision has been made, as we say in the industry, and to make it official, to close the deal, here's Daniel Maudsley.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, Tom Big Train Nolan.
Big Train Tom Nolan got the job done here tonight. No surprises there, Kyle. No, the moment belongs to him. No doubt we'll see Trevor Sinclair back sooner than later. Tom Nolan moves to 2-0 in his professional career as Adrian Pang pays his visits to the commentary booth. No doubt he'll be happy. And give us a little bit of an insight, Kyle. It's a good feeling when your hard work gets paid off.
It is, you know. Tom Nolan did a phenomenal job tonight. He looked great from the distance, you know. I would like to see him stand back more and pick those shots off a bit more. But I guess a guy like Trevor, you know, he's always in your face. He was always trying to make it a gritty, dirty fight. And it's very hard to do. It's easy for me to sit back and say, I'd like to see Tom, you know, throw some spinning back kicks, throw them strikes from a distance. But like I said, Trevor Sinclair wasn't having any of that. He made it a dirty, dirty fight.
Well, I mean, it's easy for you to sit back. You have done this several times over 20 years. Me, on the other hand, complete opposite. Nonetheless, the moment does belong to Tom Nolan. And your analysis, Kyle Nogue, always appreciated. And as we can see tonight, always correct. Tom Nolan victorious here tonight. He moves to 2-0 over Trevor Sinclair here at Eternal 63. And he's keen to go and celebrate with his team, but before he does so, he's with Daniel.
So ladies and gentlemen, here with our victor remaining undefeated in the professional ranks, Tom Big Train Nolan. Tom, that was a fantastic 15 minutes in the books by yourself and Trevor Sinclair. Give me your thoughts on that fight, and particularly round 1. It looked like you were pretty close to getting him out of there.
Yeah, round 1, that was wild. First and foremost, thank you to Trevor, the only person who stood up to fight me. I've been trying to get a fight all year. So yeah, I really appreciate him. Yeah, good fight. He's tough, hard to get out of there. I really, really wanted to finish him in that first round. I just really wanted to be patient. This is the best I've ever felt in the cage and most focused I've ever felt. So I wanted to utilise that a bit. It wasn't such a head rush. It just felt like training. First time in my career, so I'm happy with that.
You're certainly looking at home in here, and as I said, still undefeated. This lightweight division is arguably, you know, the most exciting division that we have on the Eternal roster. Is there any name that you think you would like to share the cage with next?
Yeah, Iron Chopsticks. Meet me at light heavyweight.
Light heavyweight, well, I think you're a few meals away from that. But before I let you go, obviously fighting out of Possum Fighting Systems, talk to me a little bit about the team there.
Yeah, so Possum's been my mentor and coach since I was a little kid. He's really one of the main people, him and my brother are probably the two people who have made me the man I am. I was a very insecure kid, and they've shaped me to be the person I am. I've had a lot of bad things happen to me this year. I probably can't even talk about them, like legally, but had some real bad shit happen. And I'm just glad to get in here and finish the year with a victory. Nothing was going to stop me tonight. I really needed this. So thank you to Cam, everyone here. Thank you to you, everyone, every worker here. So I appreciate it. Thanks.
Well, we left Hovey on board, mate. Can't wait for the next one. As we said, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, still undefeated, the big train, Tom Nolan.
Well, big train, Tom Nolan, you've just had your second professional win. How are you feeling after that?
Sore, but good, happy, yeah.
How important is that mental aspect of fighting, you know, compared to the physical?
Just as much. Like, if you don't have the skill, you don't have the skill, but no point being the best if you can't go out and perform. That's what I'm striving to achieve every time I step out there, just closer and closer to that. So I'm only 21, it's my 12th fight, 11th victory, so.
And there was a fair bit of grappling in there. Was that part of your game plan?
It was to beat him everywhere pretty much. He wanted to grapple because I think I hurt him pretty early, so he wanted to grapple, and I thought, let's grapple. I'm a brown belt, so I'm not worried to grapple. And
you kind of touched on it, but you know, you're only 21, you had your first amateur fight at 14. Because you are so young, does this just mean that this is pretty much the start and we can expect a lot more from you?
Absolutely, yeah. I should have had a lot more fights this year. Corona stopped it. Numerous opponent pullouts, events getting shut down, just the classic story. But things are coming together in the world, it looks like, so should be in here more.
So Tom Big Train Nolan continues his rise up the lightweight rankings with an impressive unanimous decision victory over Trevor Sinclair. Really looked like in round one there, Kyle, that Tom was going to get the finish over Trevor, but Trevor, as tough as they come, managed to hang in there and even steal the momentum back in the third round.
You know, I was very impressed with Tom Nolan. He showed a lot of composure in there. And only 21 years old, there's a bright future for this kid.
Yeah, certainly a name to watch in the lightweight division there. So we're going to keep things in the lightweight division as we head on to our next fight, where local superstar Josh Kuhn looks to continue his knockout streak as he locks horns with the 11-fight veteran Taylor Kelly.
With a nickname like Gorilla Ice, you'd have to think that this gentleman will be bringing nothing short of fireworks tonight. Taylor Kelly, with almost 8 years of experience as a professional mixed martial artist. Kyle Noak, this guy has fought the who's who of professional MMA, and I can tell you what, with a record of 6 victories, with only 5 defeats, he represents Crash MMA under head coach Sean Kelly, the 27-year-old coming into this fight looking to make a statement.
He is, you know, and coming up against a crowd favourite, a hometown favourite in Josh Kuhn, you know, he needs to be ready, he needs to be sharp, he needs to make sure he's got all his tools, because Josh he really comes to fight, and he really comes to take your head off.
Absolutely. He's got a tough opponent, which will stare him down across the cage very soon. But let's have a look at a bit of the fight history of Gorilla Ice. Wins over Dane Snell, Mick Bosworth, Abel Brights, Matt Dark, David Simmons. Most recent victory came 5 years ago against Dave Butt. But if you have a look at his experience, he's fought the who's who, Gokhan Turkelmars, Brenton Mumford, title contender here tonight. Kieran Joblin ran the lightweight scene many, many times, not to dwell in dark places, but his most recent fight against Matt Lee Man-War over 2 years ago. Another man who's looking to make a statement after a 2-year hiatus from the sport. He looks to come back and be victorious here tonight. Can he improve on that professional mixed martial arts record? Can he implement his game plan? The miner from Townsville, North Queensland, has arrived here at Eternal 63.
And introducing his opponent out of the red corner, Josh Kamikaze Kuhn.
Well, you can hear the crowd, ladies and gentlemen. Kamikaze, Josh Kuhn, the hometown hero, has arrived at Eternal 63, and boy, oh boy, doesn't this bloke bring the energy, Kyle Noak.
Nearly everyone's on their feet in here right now. It's a great atmosphere, and with good reason. Josh Kuhn comes to take your head off, like I said earlier. There's no surprise what he's going to try and do tonight. He's looking for that KO finish.
You talk about X Factor. I mean, from face value, he's got it all. He's got the look, he's got the smile, the charisma, but most importantly, this guy can fight.
Absolutely, and he's one of the best tattooists going around as well. So this guy is a true artist in every sense of the word. He's good with his hands. He can fight. You know, like you said, he's a complete package.
He has got it all, and he's looking to bring it all here at Eternal 63. Kamikaze Josh Kuhn comes into this fight with an undefeated professional record. Wins over Jordan Rolenda at Eternal 55, most recently against Trevor Sinclair. Both first round knockouts, and you know what, I tell you, I don't think this guy's spent an entire round inside the cage, let alone he's had 5 fights. Tail of the tape proudly brought to you by Building Industry Training. Josh Kuhn, 3 years the elder, reach and height advantage, well and truly in favour of Kamikaze. But let's wait and see if the man they call Gorilla Ice has anything to say about that. This is our feature lightweight bout of our main card here this evening, and to introduce our 2 warriors here tonight, here is your voice of the cage, Daniel Maudsley.
Ladies and gentlemen, the third fight on our main card this evening will be contested in the lightweight division over 3 5-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 70.0 kilos and trains out of Crash MMA, holding a professional record of 6 wins for 5 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Taylor Gorilla Ice Kelly. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 70.5 kilos and trains out of Combat Training Centre, holding an undefeated professional record of 2 wins for 0 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Josh Kamikaze Kuhn. And when your action begins, your referee in charge, Peter Hickmott.
What do I say it? I'm going to say it. Don't blink, ladies and gentlemen. Don't blink. It's Taylor Kelly versus Josh Kuhn, and I tell you what, he's taken centre cage.
Absolutely.
Immediately.
No touch the gloves either. Both guys coming out ready to go. The Gorilla Ice needs to be careful with that chin up high like that. Josh Kuhn ready to go.
It's a big storm he brings. Kamikaze pouring on the pressure early. Taylor Kelly watching closely. He knows he's in for it. That's a massive right hand, followed by a left.
Josh Kuhn letting him go. The Gorilla Ice looking for his takedown though.
Taylor Kelly,
Nice
smart
and deep.
move. Shoots in deep, Kyle.
Beautiful defense there by Josh as well. Was able to get down low, get an unhook and pick him up.
And thank goodness we've got Peter Hickmott in charge of this fight.
Right hand.
Straight right hand by Kuhn. Oh my goodness.
Beautiful right hand.
He's out off his feet. That's it.
Done.
It's
Josh
Nora the
Kuhn.
save for Kamikaze.
Josh Kuhn with the knockout again. He was out on his feet.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. This guy
Another
is-
first round victory, Kyle.
This guy is something else. He has some serious power in his hands. Kelly ate some big shots and was able to stay standing, and then all of a sudden he was just out on his feet. You could tell he wasn't there anymore.
You have got to be kidding me. I mean, you're not. I've seen them all. I've seen them all, but
Can we get somebody to take Josh to the second round, please?
Undefeated. Remains Josh Kuhn, a first round finish.
Awesome performance by Josh Kuhn.
You know, there may be many people that will be surprised to hear me say this, but for the first time in my life, I'm absolutely speechless. My goodness, Josh Kuhn, he's got lead in those hands, Kyle. Just didn't let the pressure off. And again, great respect shown by great man. I'll tell you what, Taylor Kelly, he can take a shot, but let's take a look at the Jitsi replay.
We got Josh Kuhn just pouring it on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just would not stop. And here we see Kelly just fight back a little bit, but the big shots here, just 1, 2, just kept on landing and landing.
Knee to the body. That right hand there, that was it for Peter Hickmott. He'd seen enough.
Smart man, Peter.
Goodness gracious me. Well, it didn't last long, ladies and gentlemen, to close the deal. Here he is, Daniel Maudsley.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a stop to this contest at 49 seconds of round number 1. Declaring your winner by TKO in the red corner, Josh Kamikaze Kuhn.
Well, great show of respect there by two true gentlemen of our sport in Gorilla Ice and Kamikaze. Wow, they got the nicknames these days. I'll tell you what, Josh Kuhn, flawless. Absolutely flawless in his performance tonight. Flawless in his fight career. This bloke can do it all. And I tell you what, boy, isn't he happy. Ty Wall, Wade Cole hobbling his way over to the middle to take the post-fight celebration photos.
It was good to see Josh have a little takedown defense as well. It's good to see what he can do when he's got the pressure put on him. He done an awesome job of defending the takedown, dug in for an underhook, brought it back up to his level, disengaged and started back on the striking again.
Well, he's very well-rounded. That word's been thrown around a lot tonight. He has shown that he can be well-rounded, defended the takedown, as you said, Kyle, but just too powerful, too brutal. Finishing this fight in violent fashion. I'm surprised he needs a drink of water.
I don't think he broke a sweat in there.
No, not at all. No doubt he'll be enjoying himself later on tonight, but before he goes, here he is with Daniel to give us a final word.
So ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Josh Kuhn after just another stunning first round TKO victory. Took you just 49 seconds to get the job done tonight. My man, the floor is yours.
Damn, I was trying to beat Jesse's record tonight, but that's a hard one to beat. So, man, Taylor was tough as nails, man. I hit him with some bombs and he just kept coming. So, kudos to him, and he was a good character, a good sport too. So, thanks for stepping in with me, and thanks for putting the show on for these people.
You are undeniably the biggest star that domestic MMA in Australia has at the moment. What do you attribute this following that you have to? Is it simply the fact that you come on and you put on these exciting fights, or you just seem to have a star power that others don't?
I think I can relate. People can relate to me because I'm just being myself. I'm not trying to be anything that I'm not. And I guess the other thing is I just got into this sport, you know, so it shows other people they can start later in life and change their stars and do whatever the fuck they want. And good, here I am making an example of that, you know.
Setting one hell of an example while you're doing it. Obviously, the burning question now is who's next? Is there a name on the Kamikaze hit list that you want to share the cage with next?
Nah, man, I don't care who they throw next. It doesn't matter. As long as it's entertaining and as long as we're packing out this venue, I'm going to be here. We're going to be doing that.
Well, I don't think you're going to have to worry about filling seats anytime soon, my man. Before I let you go, though, I'm sure there's a lot of people you'd like to thank.
Man, I'd like to thank so many people, everyone for coming out, all my sponsors, my friends, family, the studio, my business, everyone. But another thing that I want to mention is Brenton Mumford. Everybody who's here to make noise for me, make noise for him, because his people are stuck over in New South Wales. We need some support behind the combat crew. Let's go.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. What a win. The man remains undefeated. Give it up for Kamikaze Josh Kuhn.
Well, in true Josh Coon style, you came out firing a TKO in just 49 seconds. What sort of magic is in your hands?
Oh, I don't know, man. I just throw them, they land, and then it's good night, and we go home and celebrate.
Yeah, they certainly do celebrate. You always have a huge reception at your fights. I guess, what do you put that down to?
I think just authenticity. I'm out there, I'm myself. I'm new to the sport. And I think it just gives people hope in, like, people can just change what they want to do, and it's not too late to do anything. I'm 30 years old and here I am in my pro career doing big things.
And how you came into MMA was almost a bit of an accident. Can you run us through that a little bit?
Yeah, so I'm a tattoo artist by trade originally before I changed my profession to MMA, and I have a successful business, Fresh Ink, which we have, and we sponsored the show. And then Cam and Ben came in and got tattooed after the event to celebrate and say thanks, and I was trying to get a boxing match at the time. He mentioned that there might be an opportunity for an MMA match, and then I said yep straight away without even thinking about it, and then a couple of months later there I was taking my amateur debut. Sure enough, a couple of fights later and here we are now.
You're easily one of the more well-known names. I guess, what's next now?
I got one more fight with Eternal. Definitely finish up my rap here. That's a contract and I'm willing to stick that out. And then I'm looking for the big leagues. I want to go to UFC. I want to go to put my name out there and go worldwide. I've got a couple of good mates already doing things on those big stages, so I want to be with them doing these big shows.
And you're also a new dad of twins.
Yes.
How do you balance everything? Work, being a dad, fighting. How do you do it all?
I have an amazing wife, that's the first thing, and a great family. Everyone chips in. I've got a good team at my business. They all hold it down. Everyone knows that I'm super dedicated to this sport. So I just take it down to everyone around me. I've got a good crew behind me. My wife, she's amazing. My family's amazing. Without any of those, none of this is possible.
You said you have one more fight left at Eternal. Who would you like that to be against?
Oh, that's the question, right? I guess we see what happens tonight, how the lightweight title plays out. Maybe that's eligible for me. Really, it doesn't matter. Whoever's going to be an exciting fight, and whoever gets the fans going.
So there we add another violent first round KO to the highlight reel of Josh Kamikaze Coon. Takes him just 49 seconds to dispatch of Taylor Kelly. And look, Kyle, I don't think we've ever seen a superstar of Josh Coon's level in domestic MMA in history.
Yeah, something's definitely special about Josh Coon. Tonight his wrestling was tested a little bit. He answered that call and come back and got that phenomenal knockout in the end.
So it's really good to see the grappling chops on display, at least a little bit. I mean, it's only 49 seconds, but the way he's knocking people out, we don't expect them to go much longer than that. Next up, we have a catchweight bout contested at 64 kilos as we see Diego Pereira, who was initially scheduled to face Sean Etchell for the Eternal Bantamweight Championship. An unfortunate injury to Sean Etchell saw him out of the bout. So of course, just 2 weeks notice, Eternal knew who to call, and it was none other than the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, Rod Costa.
Well, they call him Kickboxer Rod. Nonetheless, he is better known as Rod Costa, representing Scrappy MMA. He comes into this next bout with a professional record of 4 wins with only 3 defeats. And Kyle Noak, this guy has it all. What can you tell us about Rod Costa? What can we look forward to seeing from Rod Costa here tonight?
You look forward to seeing an exciting fight. Every time Rod Costa comes into the cage, he brings a show. He brings the entertainment. He's a great fighter. He calls himself Kickboxer Rod. He's actually a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. Under Felipe Pena, he's a Brazilian black belt. He's also fighting out of his own academy, Costa Academy. He's got a lot of guys under his card as well. So he's also a coach. He's also a mentor to all these other guys. But like I said, he's one of my favourite fighters. Every time he steps into the cage, he brings it. He brings the performance.
He definitely brings something special. And as you said, a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Nonetheless, after his last performance, Kickboxer Rod has returned to the Eternal cage. And with victories over David Gil, Rafael Vilches, Jamie Hunt, and Justin the Springbok Lockjaw, Justin Lockjaw van Heeren, a TKO victory in round number 1 back at Eternal 60 in Perth. Rod Costa has arrived on the Gold Coast to make a statement against one of the most exciting fighters that Eternal has seen in his opponent. Head coach Ben Vickers, no doubt, will have Kickboxer Rod ready to face whatever challenges may come his way inside the cage here at Eternal 63.
And introducing his opponent out of the red corner, Diego El Pantera Negra Pereira.
He's the man with the greatest walkout song in Australian MMA, the Black Panther, or as they say, El Pantera Negra Diego Pereira is here at Eternal 63. And with a record of 8-4 in his professional career, as loose as you like, he makes his way to the cage. Looking forward to seeing Diego back in action, backing up just after 1 month removed from Eternal, 2 months actually removed from Eternal 61. A victory for him over Abdullah El Tagani. Notable victories, the most satisfying of his career. Talking to Diego earlier on this week, a head kick win over Michael Tobin, wins over Sam Hibbard, Karen Moses, Lockjaw Justin Van Heerden, and Nix Agulto. If we date back to 2015, this guy's got some serious experience. Can't wait to see what he's got in store for us here tonight, Kyle.
Experience is right. He's been around. He's done everything. He's great striking ability. He's good on the ground in his own right as well. He is a BJJ brown belt, so he's not going to be scared to go to the ground with Rod Costa. You mentioned his last fight against Abdullah was a heel hook or Achilles lock. Very hard submission to get inside the MMA cage, and he was able to get it. So his ground game's phenomenal. He's good on the feet. He's good everywhere. So look for an exciting fight tonight.
He's got it all, and as we've thrown that word around again, very versatile in all areas. Well-rounded, I'm going to say it. Well-rounded.
I think everybody's well-rounded these days, you know. back when I was fighting, it was you had a background. These days, they start everything. They do MMA all at once, and from a young age as a kid as well. So.
And rightly so, Kyle Noak, as we take a look at our tail of the tape, proudly brought to you by Victory Recovery System. 64-kilogram catchweight belt. Rod Costa, 3 years the elder of El Pantera Negra, reach and height in favour of Rod Costa. Although, as we take a look at the reach advantage, surprisingly, Diego has a 1 centimetre reach advantage. And as we go back to the action here, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Maudsley has our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth fight on our main card this evening will be contested at a catch weight of 64 kilos over 3 5-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 64.2 kilos and trains out of Scrappy MMA and Costa Academy, holding a professional record of 4 wins for 3 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Rodrigo Cavallo Cochino Diniz Costa. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 64.3 kilos and trains out of Southside MMA, holding a professional record of 8 wins for 4 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Diego El Pantera Negra Pereira. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Thomas Churchill.
Did you catch Rod's nickname, Kyle?
Kickboxer Rod, or
I
didn't catch the one Daniel Maudsley said.
We'll stick to Kickboxer Rod. I'm going to tell you what, credit to Daniel Maudsley. What a tongue twister. Proud Brazilian is Rod Costa. Diego El Pantera Negra. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds here at Eternal 63.
Both guys coming out of Brazil, actually. Diego, a Brazilian himself, right?
Absolutely, he is indeed. My apologies. You know, talking to Diego earlier on during the week, he says he's had a bit of success with grapplers. So he's looking forward to this fight. He's looking forward to the versatility and unpredictability that Rod brings as he lands a stiff jab of his own. Diego replies with one as well as an inside leg kick going high now.
Yeah, you can be great at jiu-jitsu, but it's a different game when you're in there with strikes and doing MMA. So I'm sure Diego feels comfortable anyway. He's been around the game long enough now.
Well, most definitely. And I think Rod Costa definitely finding his stride, his professional career.
You say Kickboxer Rod,
take off.
He's looking very comfortable in there on the feet right now.
He absolutely is.
Diego, nice strong pops in his jabs. Jab's working well for Diego right now. Ooh, he looks to throw that power hand. Diego's doing a good job popping that jab, throwing that leg kick, trying to get Rod's hands to come down, looking for that overhand.
A very patient approach for both men. No men rushing anything. The feeling out process continues, although it's quite a heavy feeling out process, Kyle. No men leaving any power behind in their shots. They're definitely sinking them in.
Yeah, I think both guys just have a great respect for each other's abilities right now. No guy wants to overcommit on anything. Keeping it honest, throwing hands, throwing feet. Not overcommitting on anything.
No, not at all.
Very professional from both guys. Diego getting the better of the strikes though. It's in a bit more control.
It's just a little bit quicker. Beating Rod to the punch.
Rod's still happy to engage though.
Diego Pereira under head coach Paul Pasha Stoiler. A brown belt in his own right is Diego. And you can see the improvements in his striking. Working with Des Meta, known as Uncle, no doubt. He would have got some serious work on the pads in his preparation for this fight with Rod Costa. You speak of experience in the corner of Rod Costa, both Ryan Gray and head coach Ben Vickers.
He comes from a great academy up there. Come from Scrappy MMA, there's a lot of tough guys in that gym.
Oh, absolutely. Scrappy MMA, putting Australian MMA on the map worldwide.
Ooh,
huge credit to Ben
left-hand.
and the team at Scrappy MMA. This
we
is
go.
where Rod wants to be. There it is.
So
And
Rod
here
was
we
looking
go.
for. See how Rod goes with the ground game now. Diego making his back to the cage. Rod trying to keep him off. Great.
Wow.
Very athletic from Diego there.
That was extremely slick by Diego, almost sneaky. As Rod continues to press the action, but a far more comfortable position for Diego on the feet as opposed to being on the ground with a guy like Rod Costa. He hasn't given up though.
No, Rod's doing a good job now. He's trying to drag Diego down to the ground. He's got high underhooks. It's going to be hard to take him down from there, but he can land some knees in there. Doing a good job with his head position there. Stopping from Diego from doing anything from that position. Diego needs to dig for an underhook here. He can't be stuck with double overs. Nice.
Great separation from Diego.
Diego back to striking. He has to be careful of that takedown now. He's tasted it once. He doesn't want to go back down again. Oh,
And that's the head
beautiful
kick. And again, that's the head kick that knocked out Michael Tobin. My goodness. He brings it up so easily, does Diego.
So Diego does a good job of luring into a false sense of security. He throws those really slow punches, 1, 2, and then throws an explosive kick.
Oh, absolutely. Carnival's almost lulls you into his pace and then explodes. Nonetheless.
Like a snake charmer.
Oh, absolutely. We're on fire tonight here. Eternal 63. As we count down the final 30 seconds, and you heard Ryan Gray yell out, "Don't fall into his speed."
And that's what I was talking about, that really, you throw 1, 2, slow, think you're going to throw slow and then explode in on one. It lures guys into a false sense of security.
10 seconds left in round number 1. In this,
There's your round.
Nice.
our first catchweight bout of the evening. Round 1 is done and in the books. Kyle Noak, your insights.
I think Diego did a great job with the striking. He was able to control the distance, control the pace. Like I said, he was mixing up with some nice slow, then really explosive and fast ones. We see Rod go for a double leg here, but he wasn't able to take too much advantage of it. Diego threw an opportunity there and pounced to his feet straight away. So great job by the Panther.
Huge thanks to Jitsi Replay. El Pantera Negra, you'd have to think, feeling pretty confident going into round number 2. Huge thanks to our sponsors at Fresh Ink as well for all your tattoo needs. Head to Fresh Ink, spearheaded by none other than Josh Kuhn, who we just saw recently. And back to the action here. Eternal 63. It's Costa versus Pereira. Thomas Churchill gives us the green light,
Round 2, let's go.
and we are underway.
Diego straight back in his face again, taking off where he left off in the last round. That jab, explodes him with that kick again. He's doing the same thing he's doing in the first round. Throwing those light punches, those slow punches, and then exploding him with a kick. Just be careful though. He's open for strikes at the same time.
Well, there it is there. That's the
Beautiful
game
timing.
plan there, and that is a strong double.
And that's the trouble when Diego's throwing them light strikes. He's open for stuff like that.
Very impressed with how easily Rod can level change, explode, and now he's in control, Kyle.
Absolutely beautiful wrestling there by Rod. Diego doing a good job now though. He's got that whizzer high on that other side. Rod Costa able to take him down and get the back.
Well, here we go. He's right in front of his corner. Is Diego Pereira getting all the advice, I'm sure, from Paul Stoiler.
Rob doing a good job right now, pulling that leg out, making Diego balance on one leg. Look for Rod to climb up the back here.
He's almost climbing
Nice.
the fence there, Kyle.
Hey, feet in the cage are allowed.
Hey, you do what you can, don't you?
Exactly. Whereas be careful not to slip off here. I'm sure Rod knows what he's doing.
Absolutely. Well, he's under
Can
both the
isolate that
armpits so
arm
far.
right now as well.
It's the back of the head.
Diego's got that arm free though, doesn't. Oh. Rod Costa's got a good body lock around him. It's stopping him from sliding off right now.
Doesn't he ever? I mean, he's just hanging on there. He's making it look easy. And Diego has no choice but to drop to a knee there.
This is not where Diego wants to be with a guy like Rod Costa. Diego doing a good job at the moment though. Great hand fighting there, but Diego doesn't want him to grab that leg and pull in close because Rod can take him down and look for a submission from there.
Crowd starting to get behind Diego Pereira here. Trying to will him on to fight out of this tough position he's in, courtesy of Rod Costa.
There's no easy task to get Rod Costa off your back. Again, tight on that leg. Able
Not at
to
all.
break Diego down. Can get a knee bar from here. Just doesn't quite have the angle on it.
Well, he's eating some shots there. Is Diego, not necessarily somewhere he wants to spend a meaningful period of time.
Can hear Rod's corner call out, let him know there's 2 minutes left.
Well, I mean, 2 minutes to Rod Costa means I've got time to work. You know what I mean? It's whether it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds. You don't really want to be spending any more than what Diego has spent, any more time than what Diego has spent in this position, because Rod Costa, he's working him right now.
He is, you know, he's doing a good job of mixing up between strikes and going for submissions as well. And they're not even the submissions he's going for, just put Diego in an uncomfortable position to make him move, make him work. Like right now, going for like a half Nelson. It's unlikely Diego's going to tap from it, but it just makes him uncomfortable.
Oh, absolutely. And in the eyes of the judges, full control for Rod Costa.
Absolutely.
You know, so if round number one was close, if he gave the edge to Diego, Rod Costa, if he can keep this position well, he's attacking the neck.
He's just peppering him with shots now, trying to get that arm back under the chin. There we go, Rob switching hands now. Still not quite under that chin. Diego doing a good job of hand fighting right now.
Well, I mean, you'd want to make the most of these last 45 seconds because no doubt Diego Pereira will be doing everything in his power, should he make it out of round number two, to avoid finding himself in this position once again.
Yeah, and for Diego as well, he doesn't want to finish the fight on the ground. Rod looks for an armbar right now. Diego may be out of it though. It looks, I don't think Rod's got that leg across the front of his face though.
Well, he stuffed him quite well up against the cage.
Diego's got that elbow past the hip line now. It's going to be hard for him to get that. But he's also open for a triangle now if Rob can create an angle.
Well, he's out now.
Diego's out.
And great defense from Diego Pereira.
Awesome work from Diego. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to finish the round on the feet. He didn't want to finish on the ground with Rod on his back.
And a good picture in the eyes of the judges seeing Diego finish the fight on his feet. Nonetheless, Kyle, you'd have to think Rod Costa taking complete ownership in round number 2.
It could have, you know, and that Diego getting to his feet right at the end, could have changed it from a 10-8 round to a 10-9 round. So, you know, it's great work from Diego to be able to get back to his feet towards the end there.
Well, this is the moment that changed the fight. That power double, stuffing Diego up against the cage, taking the back. We're really being treated to some high-level grappling here, aren't we, Kyle?
It is, you know, Rod's doing an awesome job. You know, even see him do a little wall walk there to take the backs. Perfect work from Rod.
Well,
I'm not sure whether Rod had a full fight camp for this one either. I think he stepped in on late notice. So it's going to be interesting to see how his gas tank holds up in this last round now.
well, let's wait and see. He's getting the right advice from Ben Vickers and former eternal featherweight champion Ryan Gray. Very, very privileged to have the experience all in one place at the one time here at Eternal 63. Round number 3 underway, Costa Pereira. And it's more of the same for the Black Panther, looking to pepper Rod up with those stiff jabs and mixing it up here with a few combinations of his own.
Diego's doing a great job right now. He's more engaged in the striking. He's got to be ready for that takedown from Rod, though. Rod is going to be looking to take him down again almost straight away. Diego has to be careful not to overcommit here. Rod's starting to feel comfortable on the feet as well here.
Well, you made mention he took this fight on limited notice. Nonetheless, as he takes the center, he looks to stand and bang with Pereira. Nice inside leg kick there, catches the attention of the Black Panther.
I think 1 round apiece. Both guys need to come out and win this last round.
Well, I mean, this is the moderate pace we were talking about, Kyle, you know. I don't know who's lulling each other into a false sense of security here, but I don't think it's going to stay this way for the remainder of this round.
No, I think both these guys are going to start turning up here towards the end of this, the halfway point of this round. Diego really needs to let go of those strikes right now.
Almost the complete opposite of the pace that we saw on display in our previous lightweight bout with Kamikaze. It was 100 miles an hour. These guys happy to pepper away and pick their moments.
Diego seems to go from 10 mile an hour to 100 though, like the explosive with his kicks, and when he really commits to those strikes, he's doing a great job.
Oh, indeed he does. Stiff jab lands for Costa, followed by a right and another.
Costa's starting to feel more comfortable on the feet now. This is dangerous for Diego.
Yeah, he's got to be careful there. He had a few punches on the inside, looking for that tie clinch. Those uppercuts on the inside, Kyle.
Oh, beautiful knees though from Diego.
Both
Diego
these guys,
it on now.
Well, they're starting to loosen up. The crowd are getting behind this fight. Now we're really enjoying ourselves. I'm sure they are too.
Great strikes from Diego, but I think Rod actually got Diego with one of those. Diego seems a little bit wobblier on the feet.
So you can kind of see he may appear to be a little bit unstable, but he does have Rod up against the cage.
So give him a good chance to recover right now anyway, if he is rocked. Rod going for the guillotine, pulls the guillotine here.
Oh no.
Looks like it seems to be on tight too. It's on tight, he might tap here, he might get this. There's a tight guillotine. Oh, he's going to get the mount, no.
Well, Diego continues to
everything
fight.
to get out.
My goodness. Mounted guillotine for Rod Costa.
Rod's lost the one arm choke right now, one arm guillotine. Oh. Diego's out. Beautiful work from Diego.
And what a fantastic display of defense from our Pantera Negra.
Let's see what he's got left in the tank though.
That's no small feat from Diego Pereira, Kai.
No, it was a tough guillotine to get out of, especially once he was mounted. A lot of blood coming from the chin now, Diego, as well.
Well, he's not out of the woods yet.
Mouth. No, he still has Rod on his back. What do they say? Out of the pot and into the fire.
Out of the pot and into the fire. Well, that seems to be the case here for Diego.
Shots, pick your shots.
Rod doing a great job on his back right now. You can hear how heavy those strikes were from all the way over here.
Oh, there's some venom in those punches, Kyle.
Pick your shots.
Beautiful work.
Ryan Gray imploring Rod Costa to finish this fight. He's got to pick his shots though.
Shots, Rod.
Thomas Churchill watching closely.
I look for Rod to get the rear naked. Here he goes. I think he's got it. I think that's under the chin.
That could be under the chin. Diego Pereira.
He looks tight.
Rod-
Diego now squirming.
Rod Costa. Can he get it?
I think, no. Diego, awesome job of recovering again, being able to fight off that submission.
Massive heart displayed by Diego.
40 seconds with Rod on your back in a body lock triangle is not going to be easy for Diego.
Got to give credit to the heart of Diego Pereira. 30 seconds left for Rod Costa to work his man here in round number 3.
Beautiful work by Rod to make Diego go belly down. 15 seconds to go. I think Rod's going to finish this fight.
Well, he's got 10 seconds left. He's got to pull the pressure on if he wants a finish here.
Rod Costa unrelentless in these punches.
Pick him.
And as we count down our final seconds, that'll do us, ladies and gentlemen. We go the distance. Rod Costa and Diego Pereira putting it all on the line here at Eternal 63. And Kyle Noak, it just keeps getting better and better as the night goes on.
Yeah, what a display of grappling from Rod Costa as well. We see Diego walk around after the woods, but I think Rod's got the fight, but we never know what the judges see. Here we see some beautiful strikes from both guys here. Diego landing them big knees. Trying to hurt Rod, but I think Rod comes back and hurts him here with a strike of his own. There it is there, that little right hook there. And here we see the guillotine. This spells the end for him right now. This is when Rod was able to get it to the ground and didn't let Diego get back up after this one. So you see him move into a mounted position here. He's got that body lock triangle. He's going for a rear naked. He went for a few submissions. Beautiful work from Rod.
Beautiful work from, well, I don't know if we call him Kickboxer Rod anymore, but nonetheless, you'd have to think Rod Costa, has he done enough in the eyes of the judges? Or will it be Diego Pereira?
He'll always be Kickboxer Rob.
Yeah, he will for now. I think there's only one guy that can announce that nickname, and that's Daniel Maudsley. I don't want to attempt to butcher it. Both these men, proud native Brazilians, living the good life here in Queensland, Australia. Or for Rod Costa, finding residence in Perth, no doubt he'd be looking forward to going home with a win. Let's wait and find out what the judges have to say. Here's Daniel.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the bout 29-27 for your winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, Rodrigo Carvalho Coutinho Diniz Costa.
Well, there you heard it first, ladies and gentlemen. Grappling proving to be the difference here in this fight. Diego had his moments, nonetheless. The moment belongs to Rod Costa.
Can you just pronounce his nickname for me again, T?
Kickboxer Rod or the other one?
The other one.
I'm sure whatever we call him, no doubt Rod Costa is going to be very happy on his trip home back to Perth along with his team. Ben Vickers, Ryan Gray, the rest of the team at Scrappy MMA. Proud as ever of their man, Rod Costa. And as he has a few words with head coach Ben Vickers, he's with Daniel.
So ladies and gentlemen, here with Rod Costa after a fantastic 3 rounds in the books. Clearly taking the win on all 3 judges' scorecards there. A 10-8 round for round 2, if you were wondering as well. Talk to us a little bit about how this fight came together, because it was very short notice. Obviously, Diego, for those that don't know, I should say, was originally scheduled to fight for the bantamweight title on this card. An unfortunate injury to our champion, Sean Etchell, saw that fight fall through, and Eternal now knows whenever there's a fight on short notice, there's one man that'll pick up the phone call.
Oh, man. Thanks, Mosley. I got 3 things to say. 1, I want to apologize to Jack Jenkins. I've been a little mean to him. Go fight all the bums you want, and then win that title, get to the UFC, all the best for you. Second thing, I look forward to fighting Sean Etchell for the bantamweight title. And third, we're going 3-on-3 today. Thank you.
Well, we'll leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for your winner, climbing the ranks, Rod Costa.
Rod Costa, congratulations, another professional win under your belt. How are you feeling?
It feels really good, you know. I think it's my third last-minute fight, and I think I'm done with them. But it was really good. I'm happy with the win. He was tough, you know. I think a little bit tougher than I thought. But yeah, it's a good win. He's a good competitor, good record. It's a good win for me.
Yeah, did you think you were close to a TKO in the third round there?
Yeah, I thought it was really close. I saw, you know, you see body languages, you know, just from years of fighting and stuff, and I think it was really close. But I can't lie, my legs are a bit sore, and maybe I could have risked it a bit more. But I was happy maintaining position and delivering whatever I could, you know. But I think it was really close, yeah, in that third round. Yeah.
And you aren't afraid to take a fight on short notice. How does that kind of alter your preparations? Like, how did you prepare for this without much time on your side?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a challenge. But I think it helps that I'm always, you know, I've been saying this the whole week when people ask me, but I'm always in the gym, you know. Like there's a lot of people that come to the training camp, fight, relax a few months, do another training camp fight. I think that's absolutely the wrong way to go about it. You know, previously from my years in jiu-jitsu, I keep training. It might not be the same intensity, but I stay in the gym, I stay getting better. I help my training partners prepare for their fights, and in turn they help me, you know. So the challenge is short notice fight. It gets a little bit lessened because I'm always in the gym training. But yeah, I think you just have to approach it a little bit smarter, you know. If I had a full training camp, maybe I wouldn't have gotten so tired, and I could have risked it a little bit more. But yeah, I think that's how it changes a little bit.
How do you find the motivation to always stay, you know, in fight condition like you just mentioned?
I don't know, man. Since I started training jiu-jitsu 10, 11, 12 years ago, however long ago was that, I fell in love with the sport. Before it was jiu-jitsu, now it's MMA, but I train every day, twice a day, regardless of what's happening. So there's no, of course, motivation comes and goes, but I stay disciplined and I stay trying to keep better. You know, I don't do this to be a fighter or to do this. I do this because I love. I've been doing my whole adult life, and I will keep doing it until I'm old. You know, the intensity will go down, but I'm going to keep training always. Yeah.
And we know you lost a close decision in Melbourne earlier this year. Yeah. What did you take away from that, and how did that, you know, make you change things?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I hate sounding like a sore loser, but I don't think I lost that fight at all. It was a really close fight, really close fight. I don't think I demolished him. I'm not insecure to say he's a really good fighter, but I think I won that fight, and I've been asking for that fight. Any fight I lose, I want to fight the person again, and he's running scared. And I think you can see from his body language after the fight, he didn't think he won, you know. But they don't want to fight. Jack Jenkins don't want to fight. I don't know if it's the management of their team or the coaches or them, but they don't want to fight. So whatever, they're meaningless to me now. I'm gonna go down, fight Sean Atchell for the bantamweight. I know his game. I like him. I have nothing against Sean Atchell, but yeah, I'm going to go in there. Whoever wins is a better fighter. Yeah, I don't care about Absolute anymore. They don't want to fight. Let them pick their opponents. Let them get to the UFC and get destroyed. That's what I think about that gym.
And if they're off the cards, you've got some things in the works for next year already. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, actually, I have a couple of jiu-jitsu comps coming up. Like I've been away from jiu-jitsu for a little bit, so I'll be out of the February card in Perth. I think the next card is Feb in Perth. But I'll jump in straight back in the afternoon. I have a comp in March I'm preparing for. I have another one in January. So the next few months, I'm going to concentrate competitively on jiu-jitsu. But I'm going to be in the gym for MMA every day, regardless. So after March the 6th, whatever comes by, I'll take it. Yeah, hopefully a title shot. But whatever comes, I like to take the opportunity.
So on just 2 weeks' notice, Rod Costa takes home a unanimous decision victory, and quite a dominant one at that, Kyle. A big win for the Brazilian as he looks to climb the ranks.
He was. You know, he had Diego in a lot of trouble. Diego was able to defend most of the submission attempts, and kickboxer Rod got the win in the end.
Yeah, kickboxer Costa strikes again, and yeah, I think that is worth pointing out. That submission defense that was on display from Diego Pereira was very impressive. Next up, we have a super fight between a former Eternal welterweight champion in Tristan Murphy and a former Eternal lightweight champion in David Martinez. The two met in the middle at super lightweight as they clashed in the co-main event of the evening.
He's always had a lot to smile about, has David Martinez, and with a name like the Smiling Assassin, can he keep that smile on his face with a victory here tonight? David Martinez. Kyle Noak, I'm going to leave this to you. A good friend of yours and a man that you know very well. Looking forward to seeing him in the cage tonight.
I do know him very well, you know. I got to know him through John Martin Fraser, the eternal middleweight champion. He brought in David Martinez for a few of his fight camps, and they both started training together. David's a tough guy, you know. He's pushing it to John in these fights, and David's a lot smaller, so, you know, he's used to getting there with these big, heavy guys, and he's fighting a big, heavy guy tonight. But the thing about Dave, his grappling's phenomenal. His striking's getting even better. He's employed Ryan Dunson now as his striking coach. Ryan Dunson's a phenomenal striking coach in his own right. So look, to see David Martinez really have a big improvement on his feet tonight. And I've heard he wants to keep it on the feet and he wants to showcase that striking tonight. I think his best weapons are his grappling. I think, you know, he should taste that, have a go at the striking, and then really go back to what he's good at, which is dragging people to the ground and really making them suffer on the ground.
Well, you make mention of his improved striking under coach Ryan Dunn as we saw him make his way to the corner. He had success. If you look at you know, a bit of fight history for Dave Martinez, he had success against a well-known striker in Dim Skillies on the feet. But like you said, that game plan, that grueling game of grappling, Kyle, that's what he'll be looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, not to take anything away from him, his striking's great, his striking's phenomenal. His ground game though, he smothers you when you're on the ground, you know, you can't get him off. He's very strong on the ground. Can he knock Tristan out on the feet? Absolutely. Does he want to? I think he does. So hopefully we get to see the striking version of Dave Martinez tonight.
Can't wait to see the smiling assassin put it all on display here tonight at Eternal 63.
And introducing his opponent out of the red corner, Tristan Mad Dog Murphy.
After 2 long years, Tristan Murphy, the man they call Mad Dog, makes his return to the Eternal cage here tonight at Eternal 63. Representing CMBT and Team Compton here tonight. He's made himself at home rather, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Gold Coast in Queensland. And this gentleman, he's spent the last 2 years working on himself. He said that his return to the cage isn't necessarily about his opponent, but more so about himself. He's gone through many physical, mental challenges to get here, and no doubt we'll be seeing the best Tristan Murphy here tonight, Kyle Noak.
Yeah, you know, you talk about great strikers. In Tristan Murphy's corner, he's got Steve Compton, he's got Elliot Compton. All these guys are phenomenal strikers. Elliot Compton's a Muay Thai champion, you know, he's fought in ONE FC, he's fought against the best of the best. So Tristan Murphy's going to be ready for that stand-up battle tonight. Tristan also has a black belt in judo, so look for Tristan to sort of take control of that, of the stand-up, and really use his judo to take it to the ground as well. Does he want to stay long on the ground with the guy like Dave Martinez? I don't know, but he can use that striking and mix it up between the striking and the judo throws to really control the fight.
Very versatile set of tools has Tristan Murphy. Super lightweight belt, tail of the tape, proudly brought to you by Combat Sports Insurance. 4 years separates these gentlemen in age, height advantage in favour of Tristan Murphy. Nonetheless, Dave Martinez turns the tables when it comes to reach, a 8-centimetre reach advantage. And ladies and gentlemen, co-main event set here this evening. For our official introductions to set the table, here is once again Daniel Maudsley.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at our co-main event of the evening. It will be contested in the super lightweight division over 3 5-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 74.7 kilos and trains out of Ignite Martial Arts and Hellraiser Combat Center. Holding a professional record of 7 wins for 3 defeats, he is the former Eternal Lightweight Champion, David, the Smiling Assassin Martinez. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 75.0 kilos and trains out of Compton Training Center and Combat Training Center. holding a professional record of 6 wins for 5 defeats. He is the former eternal welterweight champion, Tristan Mad Dog Murphy. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Nakia Melody.
Nakia Melody, our referee in charge of this fight.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Two former Eternal champions going head-to-head here at Eternal 63. Dave Martinez versus Tristan Murphy. Hard and fast start here in this super lightweight belt. Taniera Nathan cage side with your fight analyst Kyle Noak. Kyle, this one should be exciting.
Yeah, both guys taking no time to feel each other out right now. Both throwing heavy strikes, landing some leg kicks. Oh, beautiful strike there by Tristan Murphy.
And it's not very often we get two former Eternal champions going head-to-head inside the cage.
Yeah, one coming up and one going down.
Oh, absolutely. And you talk about head-to-head. These two gentlemen actually met back in 2011.
Oh, nice. I think he's getting rocked. Tristan's got him rocked, I think.
Dave Martinez is in trouble.
Beautiful elbow there to set that up.
This could be a repeat of what we saw 10 years ago.
Tristan looks to get the guillotine on him now.
He's going for it. He's going for it. Dave's fighting.
He's got it tight. He gets to the ground. If he can lock that guard up, he's got it nice and tight.
Wow.
Explosive start from Tristan Murphy.
Tristan Murphy on fire in round number 1.
Dave Martinez holding strong.
He won't concede here, will he?
I think he's out. I think he's out.
He's out. He's done. And Tristan Murphy repeats history here tonight.
Tristan Murphy. Wow.
Oh my goodness. And boy, aren't they happy.
Wow, what a performance from Tristan Murphy. That elbow started it all. It was a big shot. It's like Dave Martinez a little wobbly and he was able to take advantage of it.
Welcome back, Mad Dog. Tristan Murphy returns in style. What a statement.
Wow. Tristan Murphy is back.
Well, Kyle, we spoke about the grappling of Dave Martinez. That was the focal point coming into this fight, is how would Tristan Murphy deal with Dave's superior grappling? Nonetheless, he was the far superior one here tonight. Got the job done quite quick.
He did, you know, and I think that strike really sort of got Dave out of whack, you know. He was a bit wobbly on the feet. He wasn't quite aware of where he was. He put his head in a bad position. Tristan was in a great position. Locked up that guillotine, went to the ground, and once he pulled guard on that guillotine, it was all over.
Well, as we take a look at the replay here, courtesy of Jitsi, there's the shot there.
A beautiful right elbow started it all. That's where we see Dave start to lose his feet from underneath him. And here Tristan's doing a great job. Dave trying to take him down, but he reversed him, getting that mount position. And here we see the finish. See Dave go out there, the ref checking his arm to see if he's limp. No response, so he has to stop the fight.
Well, he went out on his shield, did the smiling assassin, and you wouldn't expect him to do anything less than that. However, Tristan Murphy, too big, too strong, too dominant here tonight. Congratulations to him, the team at CMBT, Team Compton. Welcome back, Tristan Murphy.
Another one. Don't spend too long out of the cage. Come back soon, Tristan. Not another 2 years. Look at that corner of Tristan Murphy as well. You got Glenn Sparv in there, Elliot Compton. What a team to have behind you.
Yes, most definitely. And as you can see, you're only allowed 3 people in the corner, but it seems like he's got a few more outside the cage. They're enjoying the moment. And to make it official, to close the deal on our co-main event this evening, here he is once again, your voice of the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute and 21 seconds of round number 1. Declaring your winner by submission due to a guillotine choke in the red corner, Tristan Mad Dog Murphy.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We love to see it, the respect shown between all athletes tonight has just been absolutely phenomenal to see, and there's no one more respectful than Dave Martinez.
Absolutely, Dave's a great guy. He'll take this on the chin. He'll go back. He'll work harder. He'll come back stronger.
The 4-fight skid ends for Tristan Murphy, and I've got to agree with you, Kyle. With performances like that, no doubt many would agree with us. Can't wait to see Tristan Murphy back in action sooner than later.
He looked great, He looked good on the feet. His striking was on point. His wrestling, his grappling, everything looked good. So, yeah, don't stay away too long. Tristan, get back in the cage.
Well, a submission via guillotine choke in the first round. From your perspective, how did it all unfold?
I was expecting the fight to go anywhere, to be honest. It's been a bit of a while since I've stepped back in there. He's predominantly a grappler, I'm predominantly a grappler, but I've been working with stand-up and I expected it to go wherever, so I was just well-rounded, ready to go. Caught him with a nice elbow, I think, maybe even an uppercut that caught him on the days, and as he came in, kneed them, and then he shot through and just followed up with a gillo.
Yeah, do you think those punches kind of knocked him out a bit before the choke?
Yeah, I think it was a bit dazed with maybe the uppercut, and I think I got an elbow on the way down there, yeah.
And now you mentioned that you have had quite a significant amount of time off. How was that for you, and how does it feel to finally be back?
Oh, the time off? Well, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. I've been dealing with some demons and dealing with some shit, but I'm back, and it feels amazing to be back, and I'm back to stay.
Does it feel like you never left?
Oh, no, not really.
A bit rusty?
No, I wouldn't say rusty, but you forget about all the fight week prep and the weights and the dieting and all that. So we'll not forget, but yeah, you soon remember.
And what was the lead up like for you? You have a very strong cohort of teammates.
Yeah. No, the preparation's been unreal. Training down at CMBT here on the Gold Coast and up in Brisbane at Team Compton there, surrounded by top caliber guys and training partners and coaches. It's surround yourself with the best, you're only going to be the best.
And are you back for good now?
I'm back to stay.
So a big victory there for Tristan Mad Dog Murphy as he returns to the cage after a couple-year layoff. And realistically, Kyle, you could say he's the first man to really finish David Martinez.
And finish him, he did. 2 years off, you could not tell. Tristan come out tonight, he looked like he was on fire.
Yeah, so big victory there for Mad Dog. Excited to see where he ends up as far as the weight class moving forward. But I tell you what, I think the lightweights and the welterweights are on notice. So the time has now arrived for the main event of the evening as we see West Australia's Jack Becker look to make the first defence of his lightweight title as he meets the always entertaining Brenton Mumford.
As far as what I'm expecting, he's a solid striker and he's been around for a while, so I expect him to be pretty well-rounded. I think he's gonna come out with me with striking and avoid the ground.
His game plan and his style is going to be what it's always been against me. He's going to try and push the pace, push me to defence. So I don't think there's going to be anything new or anything I haven't seen in the last 20 fights I've had.
The fight for Dan Hill and the fight for Brenton Mumford is much to a muchness, really. It's an MMA fight. You're going to get punched, kicked, and might end up on the floor, it might not. So I'm ready for wherever that fight goes.
By all means, he can stand and trade with me like he would Dan. That would be ideal. It'd be fun for the crowd, fun for me. What we're prepared for is for him to come and push the pace and try and take me down.
I don't have a single-minded approach to this fight or any fight anymore. I'm happy for it to be striking. I'm happy for it to end up on the floor. I feel like I'm well-rounded enough to get the job done wherever I need to.
I'm tall, I'm long, I'm rangy, I can cover distance quick. His only way to victory is to do what he's always done, and that's to make it messy, to get in tight. That's going to be the only way that I can see it going if he has any chance of winning.
I don't overthink the times of a training camp anymore. On the day you're going to get in, you're going to fight someone. If you're fit and you're healthy and you've got the right mentality, I don't give a shit whether it's 2 weeks or 6 months or whatever that you need. So if that affects him negatively, too bad. For me, I went in last time on 2 weeks, 3 weeks notice and felt good. So I had 6 weeks and I feel good to go.
This potentially could be my last fight. So win, lose or draw, this could be my last fight. I've been in the game for a long time. I don't want to go out on a loss. If I do go out, I want to go out with the belt. I want to get my hand raised on top.
This fight means a lot to me. I've worked my ass off for 12 years. This is kind of like the pinnacle of where that's led me. There's been some highs and there's been some lows, but I feel like for this one here, everything I've poured into that 12 years is coming down to this date on the 20th, and I'm not going down without a fight. I'm ready to go.
I've always fought the top of the heap, and I pride myself on that, and this is no different. So I hope he brings that, his A game, and he brings it's the best version of him on November 20, so that we can see who really is the #1 Australian lightweight.
The time is now, ladies and gentlemen, our main event of the evening here at Eternal 63. Eternal Lightweight Championship on the line here tonight, and making his way to the cage this evening, an Australian mixed martial arts veteran in Brenton Mumford, fighting out of CMBT Training Centre. He comes into this fight with a professional record of 11 wins with just 7 defeats. The 34-year-old looking better than ever. Kyle Noak, he said this could be his last fight. He's achieved so much in this sport. Eternal lightweight glory has eluded him up until now. Can he do it tonight?
I think he can, you know. He's got a tough fight ahead of him, but he's a phenomenal striker. He's a gritty guy. He knows how to win fights. So I think he's got everything it takes to win this fight tonight. Whether he can get out there and do it or not, that's up to him. You know, how much is he going to pull out? But I think he has the skills to do it. He's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. He's great everywhere. He says it may be his last fight. I really hope it's not. I love watching this guy fight. He's a phenomenal fighter. He's very flashy and entertaining to watch. So, Brenton Mumford, if you're hearing us, please don't be your last fight.
Well, let's wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. Who knows what could happen here inside the cage? So good to see Brenton Mumford back inside the Eternal cage here at Eternal 63. He's fought the who's who in MMA. Victories over Ben Wall, Greg Aksori, Rob Hill, Dibs Gillies. Can he get the job done? It's the third bite at the cherry for Brenton Mumford. Can he do it here tonight?
And one of the nicest guys in MMA as well.
Absolutely, a true gentleman of the sport is Brenton Mumford, a fighter at heart. Ladies and gentlemen, the champ is here. Eternal lightweight champion Jack Becker makes his way to the cage here at Eternal 63. The young 28-year-old coming into this fight with a professional record of 9 victories and just 2 defeats. Looking to continue his 2-fight win streak victories over lightweight top contenders in Aiden Aguilera and former Eternal Lightweight Championship Dan Hill. Extremely impressive round 1 knockout back at Eternal 61. And fighting out of Scrappy MMA alongside Costa Academy. You can see there Ben Vickers, his head coach. They made the trip across the Nullarbor here tonight, and for good reason. This man's first title defense is set to be a barn burner, Kyle Noak.
It is, you know. Jack Becker stepping in on short notice to fight Dan Hill, a fight that everyone thought that Jack would take to the ground and win on the ground. Jack showed that he's capable of winning a fight on the feet as well. He had great power in his hand. He was able to drop Dan Hill, who was the champ there. And like I said, it was a short notice fight. He came in, he was very impressive. His striking looked sharp, he looked powerful. We didn't even get to see his ground game. He's got a storied background. He's an ADC trial medalist. You know, he's got a phenomenal ground game, but you know, it was his hands that were on display last time, and I think he's going to look to build from that as well.
Well, let's see if he can mix things up here tonight at Eternal 63. Final checks for the champ at the Victory Recovery Systems Prep Point. And how privileged are we, ladies and gentlemen, the cream of the crop in the most contested division in Australian mixed martial arts today. Eternal lightweight glory awaits one of these men, and as we take a look at our tale of the tape, proudly brought to you by CMBT. 6 years the difference in age between both these men. Height and reach. Height in favour of the challenger. Reach is virtually identical. The champion, Jack Becker. The challenger, Brenton Mumford. And for the final time here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for our official introductions. The one, the only, your voice of the cage, your fight MC, Daniel Maudsley.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at our main event of the evening, and it will be for the Eternal Lightweight Championship to be contested over 5 minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 70.8 kilos and trains out of Combat Training Center, holding a professional record of 11 victories for 7 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, Brenton Mumford. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 70.7 kilos and trains out of Scrappy MMA and Costa Academy, holding a professional record of 9 wins for just 2 defeats. He is the reigning, defending, Eternal Lightweight Champion, Jack Becker!
Jack. Okay, gentlemen. Touch it, start. Yep. All right, we've been through the rules. Make sure you listen to my command all the times. Defend yourself all the times. Good luck, gentlemen. It's for the belt. Let's go.
And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Peter Hickmont.
Eternal Lightweight Glory. Will it be the champion, Jack Becker? Will it be the challenger, Brenton Mumford? They touch gloves, and here we go. Round number 1, main event of Eternal 63. Today on Nathan Cage side, Kyle No. Kyle, what a night we've had. What a way to top it off.
Oh, what a phenomenal card it's been so far. And to top it off with this fight. I've got goosebumps about this fight. I've been thinking about this fight for months.
Oh, we've been waiting for this fight since it got announced. And ladies and gentlemen, you saw tonight, the hype is real. What a card we've had. And the cherry on top, this main event.
Beautiful there trip by Jack Becker. Becker on top now in side control.
And the champ looking to impose his will early on Brenton.
Jack Becker's a big, strong, thick guy for this weight division as well. Mumford may have a triangle here if he's nice. He shoots it up. Oof. Mumford doing a great job from the ground right now, from the bottom.
I mean, we are really looking at the 2 top, the 2 best lightweights in the country at the moment.
Oh, without a doubt. Both these guys are at the top of their game right now. Oh, Becker steps back for that leg.
Oh, look at this guy.
He's got a leg weave right now.
Oh, here we go.
He's got a heel hook. He may have a heel hook here.
There's a bit of entanglement there. Wow. Nonetheless, great defense by Brenton.
Awesome defense there by Mumford.
Now this is higher level stuff.
Absolutely. Both guys showcasing what they have tonight.
Becker just shaking Brenton off there as he looks to pressure him up against the cage.
Seeing that grappling from Becker tonight. Don't think he wants to stand too much with a guy like Brenton Mumford. In saying that, he may disengage here any second and then let go of those hands like he did against Dan Hill.
Well, the old commentator's curse always works a charm, Kyle, as we've found out so many times. Nonetheless, champ continues to press the action. He's taken the back. Brenton defends.
Jack Becker just looks so strong. He's able to throw his guys around at will.
Both guys so patient here early on in round number 1.
It's great control so far from the champ. So he looks to put that leg in and take him down. Beautiful work.
Great technique by Jack Becker.
Mumford doing a great job now, getting his back to the mat, escaping out to the side. Doesn't want to let Becker climb underneath him and take the back.
Oh, absolutely. It's almost a chess match at the highest of levels, isn't it?
It really is, you know. Mumford doing a great job. He's got an open guard here. He's moving his hips sideways. He's putting him in danger of an armbar or a triangle. Smart work by Mumford.
As we count down to 2 minutes here in round number 1. Brenton Mumford doing a good job of defending. Nonetheless, Jack Becker seems to be in control right now.
And you can really tell how great of a display these guys are putting on. The crowd is pretty quiet here right now, just enjoying what they're watching right now.
Appreciating, I think, is the correct term.
Absolutely. And these guys are putting on a masterclass right now.
I mean, if we're lucky enough, we'll get 5.
Oh, Mumford may have a Kimura here.
Well, we'll see how we go. We'll go scheduled for 5-minute rounds.
Should be careful not to fall into an armbar himself, though. Becker senses it and
Watch that
blocks
elbow.
it straight away.
Peter Heckmont saying, watch that 12-6.
Oh, Becker climbs into the mount now.
Wow, what a
Into the
transition.
back. Looks to lock up that body triangle.
Wow.
Back into mount. These guys are moving too fast to even commentate.
So far, so good. Absolutely, Kyle.
Just transitioning from position to position. There he has the body lock triangle. He's in a great position now. So Becker going to unload with some strikes now, really soften him up and look to Mumford to expose that chin. Try to sneak that rear naked in.
No doubt both of these guys coming from their respective gyms, put through their paces here tonight. You have to say, both of these guys, they're both doing everything right.
Yeah, Jack Becker's just doing a little bit more on top as he goes for a head-arm triangle now.
Oh,
it looks pretty tight. 15 seconds go, he's tapped. That's it.
Well,
Wow.
there's the tap, and still Jack Becker gets the job done here in round number 1.
Jack Becker, too strong.
Oh my goodness.
He was able to get on that mount and just lock up that head-arm triangle and finish the fight from there. He always looked good on top. He looked better in the grappling at all stages. You know, he looked like he was in control most of the time. Mumford was doing an awesome job. He was getting out of everything, but Jack Becker just looked like he was in control the whole time for me.
Well, you couldn't have said it better yourself, Kyle Noak. And still is Jack Becker. Jitsi replay. Kyle Noak, walk us through.
There we go. Jack Becker going for that trip there was able to get on top, and here we see him backstep into that leg entanglement right now. And again, just able to cross over into almost the mount and then taking his back. He's just going to where he wants to go. Back into mount, he's able to set up that head arm, step off to the side, apply that pressure, drop his hips nice and low, yeah.
And that was the key, wasn't it? As soon as he sunk those hips,
yep,
he gave Brenton limited options, to say the least. Kyle Noak, congratulations to Jack Becker and the team at Scrappy MMA. Credit to Brenton Mumford as well. Nonetheless, to make it official for the final time here this evening, your voice of the cage, here he is, Daniel Maudsley.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes and 48 seconds of round number 1, declaring your winner by submission due to an arm triangle choke, and still the eternal lightweight champion, Jack Becker.
And still, ladies and gentlemen, your eternal lightweight champion, it is Jack Becker, and boy, oh boy, isn't he happy. First title defense for Jack Becker. How good is he feeling right now?
Oh, he's on top of the world, and he should be too. He looked phenomenal in there tonight. We've seen a lot of lightweights come up on this card tonight, and I can't see anyone beating Jack Becker just yet. The up-and-coming guys, they're phenomenal, they're great, but Jack Becker's just on a whole new level. The way he was able to control that fight and really control a great guy like Brenton Mumford. Let's not forget that Jack Becker also has hands. He can also throw and knock guys out as well, so he's a dangerous lightweight for anyone in this division.
Dangerous to say the least. He's with another dangerous man, your fight MC for the final time tonight. Here is your champion, Jack Becker, with Daniel Maudsley.
So ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Jack Becker and still the eternal lightweight champion. Pure domination from the opening bell there. The grappling was what many people thought would lead to your most likely path to victory, and it certainly played out that way.
Yeah, look, I came in here expecting a tough fight, and I was surprised. His movement was good, and it put me under a little bit of pressure. In my transitions, I didn't get to control the way that I thought I would, and I thought I'd be able to control a little bit better. But I came here knowing it's going to be hard. I knew Brenton's a tough fighter. He's been around for a long time. So I didn't want to think about. I needed to get the job done. And that's what I did.
You certainly did, and did it with style points as well. Obviously now this win moves you to 10-2 in your professional career, riding I believe a 4-fight win streak at this point in time, and undeniably the top lightweight in the country. What's next for Jack Becker? Do you think we're, knocking on the door of a UFC shot?
Maybe. Those sort of things I don't overly stress over. My main goal is just getting better, and each fight I come in here, I feel a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable, and that's my game. If they come knocking, let's go. I'm keen. I'm all for it. If not, let's keep doing what we're doing.
Well, I don't think there's a lightweight on the planet that'll beat you with that mustache at this point in time. But before I let you go, obviously now rounding out a fantastic night for the team at Scrappy MMA, going 3 from 3. Talk to me a little bit about that gym and just the killers that are coming out of it.
The gym's changed my life a lot. I've put 12 years into this sport. I've poured a lot into it, and I kind of lost passion for a little bit, and it's come back big time. And you can't do that without a healthy team, with a healthy leader. So Ben's done a lot to bring that team together, and I'm really happy to be a part of it.
Well, we're happy to see the fruits of your labour. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner and still lightweight champion, Jack Becker. So ladies and gentlemen, here with Brenton Mumford. Unfortunately, things not going the way you would have liked here tonight, but you did mention in the lead up to this fight that this is likely going to be the last time that we see you inside the cage.
Yeah, no, unfortunate. I guess I think I've had a pretty good run. Had a fun career, made thousands of friends, and been a part of heaps of cool things. So it's just, at some point, you got to realise when enough is enough. And like even this camp, like I knew Jack was going to be a tough fight, and there was no way I was going to pull out of it. I just had I tore my ACL, and then I was like, what am I going to do? Am I going to strap it, or am I just going to suck it up? I was just getting too many little niggles like that over the last. I did my pec, got my thumb, then my knee, and that's all in the space of 3 years. And I had so much time off, and I'd rather just help the younger guys come through. I just wanted to say thanks to Cam, Ben, everyone for having me on the show so many times. And I actually have, thanks for everyone cheering for me, because I don't really have any fans up here. Me and Jack are both from out of state, so we don't really have anyone in the crowd. So I just want to shout out to all my friends and family at home watching on Fight Pass, because they couldn't come across the border. Thanks for all the years of support, traveling everywhere to watch me and supporting me. And yeah, thanks to all my sponsors and everything for making it all, all be able to do it all.
Well, you will undoubtedly go down in history as one of Australia's most exciting fighters. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Brenton Mumford.
And still, your eternal lightweight champion, Jack Becker, gets it done in dominant fashion. First round arm triangle choke victory means that the belt heads back west with our champion, Jack Becker.
Yeah, last outing we saw of Jack Becker, he really showcased his hands. This time we saw that phenomenal grappling on display. In the lightweight division, it's the most exciting division we have in Eternal, and I don't see too many guys challenging Jack for the title soon.
Yeah, the lightweight division is absolutely fire at the moment, and of course we want to say a big congratulations to Brenton Mumford, who confirmed with us in the post-fight interview that will be his retirement fight. A big congratulations to Brenton on being just a fantastic competitor and delivering some of the best highlights that we've seen in the entire history of the Eternal MMA promotion. So that capped off an incredible night of fights here on the Gold Coast. Eternal 63 now in the books, and with it, the 2021 year for the Eternal promotion. And Kyle, just an incredible year of fights. So many interesting storylines. I mean, it's just so exciting to see the direction that Australian MMA is moving.
It is, we've seen great things like the emergence of Kickboxer Rod coming up. And also, just the lightweight division. It's a phenomenally stacked division, and it's just an exciting one to watch.
Yeah, it's a hell of a puzzle, that lightweight division. And look, hopefully we'll make some more sense of it as we head into 2022. First event of the year will be in February in Perth, and then I believe we're back here on the beautiful Gold Coast in March. So really excited for what's coming next year. But look, we're going to sign off for 2021. Kyle, it's been fantastic. Thank you all for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the action as much as we did.